Hey Trekkah,
Hello.
how are you doing?
I'm good, yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Good, I'm glad you are. So Trekkah, where do we start with Trekkah? Trekkah's a big, well, you're a big musical project, I guess. You've got lots of different alleys, haven't you? You've done things from sort of very heavy kind of rock and up to, producing and making quite chilled out sort of beats, I guess. And you've got the new acoustic act that's kind of coming into play. Is that kind of, does that represent different parts of your life when you've been doing those different things to what you're into at the time, or is it just all stuff that you can do, so why not?
I think it's a bit of both, really. Definitely different points for your life when you're different crowds, different people you hang around with, different musical influences. I mean, my rock heavy metal is very much a past life.
Yeah.
A lot of my other musics tie into each other. I work with the same kind of musicians, from my Trekkah stuff to After Dark, even into the Benjamin ZX stuff now. It's similar musicians. The heavy stuff is definitely a past life. I'd say.
You'd never relight that fire.
Only when I'm a bit drunk and I still think I've got it in me. But no, I haven't relit that fire very recently, so I don't think it would happen. No.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough. That's fine. So Trekkah, as a producer, you released an album was it October?
Yeah.
It was October, and you had a really successful Rough Trade launch show.
Yeah.
How did that kind of all come about? How long? And explain a little about because obviously it's a concept album.
Yeah.
Explain a bit about that and how long did it take and what made you think, let's do this concept album?
It's a concept album on the chakras, which is kind of using yoga and things like that, and it's kind of a journey through life. I just thought it was a cool concept. There's different meanings behind it, and it's all in a journey as well, and they had tunings as well, so I tuned the tracks to it. It allowed me to work with 21 musicians, vocalists, and it just kept building and building, really. It probably took about 1.5 years, the whole project, from starting to write the beats to recording the instrumentalists to recording the vocalists and then getting it to Rough Trade. Maybe 2 years to get it to Rough Trade, but 1.5 years to get it all finished and sent off, and so it was a long project, but it was cool.
And vocalist wise on that album, you had 7 males and 7 females. So was it easy to kind of pick people to do that, or was it quite because obviously it sounds all very sort of fine tuned, I guess. So was it kind of great female vocalist, let's get her on, or is it kind of a lot more thought process?
A little bit of both. I knew which vocalists I wanted on there, and then I sent the beats out and they listened and they came back with ideas. A lot of vocalists write to certain emotions, which is the chakras, so you knew that so and so was going to sing about this, or I wanted them to sing about this, but then near the end it was kind of like, this is the only one left. You're going to have to write to this. So it's a bit of both. But no, all the vocalists are amazing, and really glad to work with all the people that I did on the project. So, yeah.
And obviously you've got a more sort of, not relevant, but a project that's going on at the moment. We'll get onto that in a sec. Can you see more Trekkah stuff coming soon? So are you in the process of doing more Trekkah stuff, or are you, as I say, like putting that on hold for a bit just whilst you do more stuff?
I'm releasing a single soon, which is a Trekkah remix of a track by Twin Kids. So that should be pretty cool. And I've got a single coming out with Ami Sherry, who's a Gambian singer. So they're just singles to keep me going, but I am got a new concept. I'm recording like an enlightening part 2, I guess, which is really cool, and I'm excited about that. So that's happening as well, yeah.
But I'm guessing that'll be in a couple of years from now.
Hopefully not. Maybe a year.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So the other project I'm on about is Benjamin ZX. I'm pronouncing that right. It's ZX, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's actually Ziench.
Oh.
It's Polish, but I kind of settled for ZX.
Yeah.
Nobody was pronouncing it Ziench. Nobody went on the stage and said, our next is, so I've just said Benjamin Ziyech and the Rare Breeds. Yeah, it's easier.
And the Rare Breeds. So it's a more kind of folky, not acousticy, but sort of folky kind of...
We're saying folk, blues, grunge. Which
it's some genres that are usually grouped together.
yeah no, they're free. Like when I pick up an acoustic guitar, when I write songs just me on a guitar, they're the free styles that I kind of relate to. And that's like you say from the journey of my music. So there is a bit of that old school rock-ish, but it's more in the form of grunge as opposed to heavy metal. And then blues, which I love, and folk, which I love, kind of fused. Yeah, it's really cool.
So what's happening with that then? Because you've done some live shows. You had an event at Rough Trade, which you ran and you did that a few months ago. That must have been like April now. What's coming next for that? Are you recording stuff with that, and when will that be?
Yeah, we've done that, and we've done BBC Introducing as well at Rough Trade, and we've done Waterfront. That was testing the water, checking that it was acceptable. So now, it's just recording, and it's really nice. We've got a nice studio, and we're chilling with it and making an album that everyone's kind of proud of. At first, it was kind of, here's my songs, learn these guys. But now we've kind of switched that up, and everyone's having their own input. We're writing new material, so it's going to be more of a band kind of product as opposed to just songs with session musicians. And we're recording it in a real nice vintage studio, analog. We're going back to basics with it, and yeah, that's cool. That's exciting.
Very, very cool indeed. So I'm guessing there's no sort of there's nothing you choose over the other musically. It's all kind of your musical journey, I guess. But is there one that's kind of you feel is more sort of impactful to you or more powerful or?
No, many people have said that maybe I should have just done one and done it and pushed it really hard, but I feel like I'm jack of all trades, master of none. I don't know, but I'm quite comfortable there. I mean, there's other projects as well, and they all have their own different kind of thing. I love the collaboration side of Trekkah. I love working with other musicians. I love the Benjamin Ziyech stuff for the live stuff, as I did with After Dark and with Origin 1. It was all about being on stage and performance and the crowd's energy. So no, I can't really pick. If I could have picked one, I probably would have stopped the rest and just done that one by now. So no, I can't pick one.
That's good. I think it's cool that you're exclusive to all.
Yeah.
So, and also I should probably mention about your new Flex venture, because you're starting a club night.
Yeah.
Next month,
a student night, called A Up. We wanted to keep it Nottingham. So Flex, we do lots of bits around the city. We do lots of things from poetry to art nights to music nights to bands to acoustic. It's flexible. We release music. We're working on the label now to release more. I've got a few good, strong people coming in to work. I'm meeting with them tomorrow, actually. They're going to be helping and working alongside me on that. But A Up is a new student night where we're going to have all the classic student tracks, all the classic drinks deals, quadruples for singles and all that. But then we're going to bring a different DJ from Knots each week. So, it'll be the resident DJ with drum and bass headline, with a UK garage headline, to try and showcase what's going on in Knots to the students and try and up the game on the music that you hear at a student night. Yeah, so that's A Up, so look out for that.
And that's at Filthy's.
It's going to be at Filthy's, in the new upstairs room that used to be the Gypsy Lounge, but they're rebranding it, so look out for that. It should be cool. It's open to non-students. If you're a non-student, come along. It's £1 more. We've got to help the students out. They're poor, apparently. But come along. It should be cool.
And one final question that I asked to all the musical acts on the channel. I feel like you're going to find this tricky because of the myriad of genres that you represent.
Yeah.
But if you could choose one standout musician or multi-instrumentalist or producer or vocalist, who would it be? If you could choose one that is absolutely the one for you.
In Nottingham.
No, just.
Oh, in
Mind
general,
blown.
yeah. It's really hard because I've been in so many different genres and playing so many different genres. I find that really tricky. Do people always answer this?
Usually. I don't think anyone's ever refused.
I'm not refusing. Okay. Lead Belly.
Okay.
He was a really big influence for me when I started playing, kind of blues musician. If you've ever heard Nirvana Unplugged, they do Where Did You Sleep Last Night? He originally wrote that. So for blues, I'd say Lead Belly. Producer-wise, Lemon Jelly, to Bonobo, to Fella. I'm really into Fella.
I like the amount of the.
I'm pushing him in there. Well, I suppose I can answer one for each act.
Yeah.
For Benjamin Ziyech, for the folk side of it, no. Arcade Fire. I really like Arcade Fire. I've started listening to them again. I love Miss Dynamite. It's too hard for me. I don't know.
Yeah, you've given a few there, so I'll applaud you for that.
Yeah, from Lead Belly to Miss Dynamite. Yeah.
To Arcade Fire.
To Arcade Fire. Yeah.
Trekkah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes. Thank you.
Cheers.